everyone, I'm Lauren. Thanks for tuning in to Fit Booty Kitchen. Today we're going to tackle a lightened up version of chicken parm. This is one of my favorite recipes. It's one of the things I find I start to crave the most when I'm trying to diet or trying to watch what I'm eating. I can only eat so much chicken and broccoli before I just feel like I need some sort of pasta or chicken with sauce dish in my life. So this is it. I'm going to share with you a couple of my personal tweaks that I make to lighten up the recipe that I think are really beneficial and really healthful, so that you can kind of indulge without really overindulging and feeling like you get off track. So we're going to start. We already put some sauce down in our pan. We're going to bake this chicken in the oven at 375 for about 40 minutes, depending on the size of your chicken. So my oven's already preheated, and I already have a layer of sauce down in this pan so that the chicken, while it's baking, it doesn't stick. It comes out really easily. For sauce choice, I always try to find the sauce that has the least amount of added sugar. In this case, it was Rayo's homemade. I believe that this is an organic sauce, but like I said, if you can find a sauce that has 1 gram or 0 grams of added sugar, or make it your own and not add any sugar yourself, I highly recommend it. This sauce is really great. It has 3 grams of added sugar per serving, so it's not going to affect your glycemic index negatively, so you're not going to have that high spike of blood sugar that ends up crashing in an hour and making you more hungry. So that's why I like to have low sugar here. We're going to take our chicken and we're going to put it in the pan. And like I said, you don't have to grease it. The sauce kind of does it for you, which is kind of nice. So I'm just going to stack these chicken breasts in here. We got these on sale, which was a total steal. This whole thing for 5, obviously massive chicken breasts, was $5 and change. So if you're feeding a crowd, or you have a family to feed, this is really economical as well as tasty and healthy. So our chicken's in the pan, and I want to get it seasoned. Obviously our sauce already has seasoning in it, but there's a lot of chicken in here, so I like to make sure that that is flavorful as well. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt on each chicken breast. It's not coming out. On each chicken breast, as well as I have just general generic Italian seasoning. I am the worst. I put Italian seasoning on everything, but it's a great mix of basil, oregano, other herbs in there, which is great. It's nice that it's already done for you. I'm also a big proponent of putting garlic powder and onion powder on almost everything I cook. I think that garlic and onion will go really well in this dish because I'm guaranteed it's already in whatever tomato sauce you chose. So it just kind of helps enhance those flavors that we already have going on in the sauce. I'm also going to crank some pepper on here. Now, like I said, we got our chicken for kind of a steal. Not everywhere is going to have such a great deal on chicken, but I think that, if you're buying it in bulk, this is a really good way to meal prep also. You buy it in bulk, you cook it all, and then you can put it in individual containers with some pasta or broccoli, whatever you choose, and it, keeps all week, and then you have, 5 chicken breasts get you through a week, which is kind of nice. So now that they're seasoned, we're going to add another layer of sauce on top of each chicken breast, and then we're going to move on to cheese. In our house here, we have been trying to cut down on our cheese consumption, our dairy consumption in general, which means not as much half and half with my coffee, but I'm going to go a little bit later when it comes to putting cheese on things. Okay, so we are probably going to go a little bit lighter with the cheese on this dish, but obviously if you're not trying to be super conscious about your dairy consumption or really your fat consumption, you can be as liberal as you'd like with as much cheese as you want. So I have here part skim, low moisture mozzarella cheese that's shredded. I think the part skim is good because it kind of lowers the fat content. So for a half a cup of this cheese, it's about 7 grams of fat, which really isn't too bad. So I'm just doing a sprinkle on each top of the chicken here that's been covered in sauce, and obviously we're gonna add some Parmesan cheese on top also, because it's not chicken parm if it doesn't have Parmesan cheese, right? Obviously mozzarella is a nice touch, but the Parmesan is really where it's at. And normally you don't have to be super liberal with your salt because Parmesan's kind of a naturally salty cheese, and adding extra salt to your food tends to make you retain water. So you end up looking and feeling a little bit bloated. So I'm just adding an extra sprinkle of Parmesan cheese here. But it's nice when you can add things that have a naturally salty flavor, because then you can lessen up your salt intake, which is good for your cholesterol, your blood pressure. It's just great all around. So I'm gonna throw these in the oven, and like I said, they're gonna bake for about 40 minutes at 375 degrees. Obviously, if you have smaller, they also sell not chicken breasts, but chicken tenders. If you decide to use those instead, you're gonna cut the time of baking about in half. So I'd say probably about 20-25 minutes in the oven. These guys are pretty big, so they're probably gonna need about 40 minutes. I recommend to check them around 35 just to see where they're at and see if they have pink in the middle. There will be some carryover cooking, but I like to go 40 minutes just to be safe. One other thing that I like to make note of when I'm making anything that's pasta related is what kind of pasta you choose. Today I chose a gluten-free pasta called pasta. Gluten-free is great. Not everyone has celiac disease, so not everyone really needs to be gluten-free. A lot of people might have gluten intolerance or something along those lines. This is also a really great option for people that think they might have an intolerance or sensitivity. The reason I chose it though is because for one serving, there's about 25 grams of protein. A lot of people tend to think that carbs are the enemy when dieting, and they're really not. Carbs are the reason that I can build a booty. Carbs are the reason that you have energy to get through your day-to-day life. Carbs are really essential for functioning and brain function. And everyone says when you get hangry or hungry and you get a headache, it's you don't have carbs. So carbs really aren't the enemy here. So in addition to the 25 grams of protein that you get with this, I want to read off the box so they don't want to make a mistake here. The total carbohydrate is 62 grams. So obviously, anytime you have a pasta dish, there's going to be carbs involved. It's nice that we kind of omitted the carbs on our chicken, because then we don't have the 62 grams in addition to the breadcrumbs that are on our chicken. It's really just the pasta. But in this case, we're adding so much protein that we're gonna be fuller sooner. The chicken's gonna provide a really nice source of protein that is gonna satiate you so that you're not feeling starved or that you need to eat, an entire box of this pasta to feel satiated. You're gonna feel full because of all that extra protein in there, which is a great balance to just having plain pasta that your body, burns up or stores right away. So after about 40 minutes, we're gonna check our chicken and we're gonna make some meal prep bowls. Okay everyone, so we just pulled our chicken out of the oven. It was in there for about 40 minutes. When we took it out, it was all hot and bubbly still. It's cooled off for just a minute. You can see that the way that it was cooked in the oven, it created like a nice crust on top, which is nice because instead of having breadcrumbs, we now have this nice cheesy crust on top of our chicken. So it's gonna be just as satisfying as chicken without the breadcrumb, or chicken with breadcrumbs, except for it doesn't have it. And again, this meal is really good if you have a big family or family that eats a lot. Super easy weeknight meal because you can throw it in the oven and forget about it. Or if you're like me and you want to use it as a meal prep food, that's also great. I have about a half a cup of pasta. Our director ate a little bit out of the to-go container here, so it's a little bit less than half a cup now. But you throw one chicken breast in over top, and there you go. It's gonna be a super filling, protein-packed lunch for the week, or dinners if you wanna use it as a dinner instead. So other than that, I mean, it's pretty simple, but like I said, it's little tweaks that are gonna make it really healthy for you to have throughout the week, and like I said, to really satisfy those cravings for pasta and bread sauce that I normally get when I'm dieting. If you guys decide to give this recipe a try, hashtag me, tag me in all your posts, Fit Booty Kitchen. You can tag me on Instagram, and I love to see what you guys make, and let me know what else you guys want to see me cook. Have a great day.